What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Raw Podcast. I'm your host, Michelle Maxwell, and this is episode 1, aka the intro. I am so excited and grateful to be here with you guys today, and I am so thankful that you guys have decided to tune in and embark on this journey with me as I launch my first episode. Today's an extra special day because it is 4/24/24 and it is my 44th birthday. And I am super proud of myself. This has been a long time coming, and I have overcome so many fears, insecurities, and just the act of procrastination because I'm like the biggest procrastinator. Even though I get stuff done, sometimes I just like put things off and like fill my time with stupid stuff like cleaning my house. But, anyways, I've overcome that and I'm here. So I'm super proud of myself and grateful. And I am just so thankful for you guys' support and for tuning in and being here with me. So thank you guys so much. As I mentioned, this is the intro. So on today's episode, I am just going to chit chat with you guys a little bit about how I came up with the name Raw, my purpose and intention of starting this podcast, and a few things to expect on up and coming podcasts, what we're going to talk about, and so on and so forth. So I came up with the name Raw in a very organic way, and which I don't really remember what that organic way was, except for that I remember being in my living room and it popping up in my head. And I'm not sure if it was like triggered, which I always feel is like kind of a negative word. But anyways, by like something I was listening to, like music wise, or if it was something that I saw or was listening to on TV. But anyways, I got up and wrote it down. And when I wrote it down, I realized that it was an acronym for Real Authentic Woman. So that just really resonated with me. And I really feel like it described me pretty much, summed me up. I'm a pretty real and authentic woman. And I feel that most people would align with that and agree. Some people may even think to a fault, but it's definitely who I am. And it's definitely something I'm very, very proud of. So I was like, wow, it just hit. So I had a couple of other names that I was contemplating of naming my podcast. But one of the things that was really important, actually, with all the names, was I really wanted it to represent me, Michelle, and also the community of women that I wanted to create and attract. So I like reached out to all the amazing women in my life. I put a little survey together and asked their opinion of what name, like the name, I had like 3 names, and Raw was one of the 3 that they liked the most. And Raw was everyone's, like the majority of everyone's number 1 choice. So it was just a no brainer. And that's how I came up with the name Raw. And yeah, I think it was just, it's one of those things where it's like, I keep saying that it's like raw and organic, and that's cheeky, but it happened organically and it just works. So, um, I feel like I started this podcast, like this has been a dream of mine for a really, really long time. It's been something that I've been wanting to do. It's been something that's been weighing on my heart for a really long time, and something I've been praying about for a really long time. So I, asked God to guide me, to show me signs and like let me know that this isn't just some weird thing that I want to, do or whatever. But clearly, he gave me the gift of gab. So I have that gift. And he made that very evident. I mean, he's made that evident my whole life. So, yeah, I prayed about it. People came into my life that have helped me be here today in the sense of like launching this podcast, and God brought those people into my life. And, I just feel like this is one of my purposes in life. I feel like I have many purposes in life. I feel like we all do, but this is definitely one of them. And I'm just so grateful to God for like bringing me here today. And I just hope to glorify Him in everything that I do. So, yeah, that's part of the reason I wanted to start this podcast. And then there's just like building. I'm very blessed to have had the opportunity to just have a plethora of like amazing women throughout my life. Obviously, that started with my mother, but who's just my queen and she's absolutely amazing. But um also just like my friends' moms and like women I've worked with throughout the years and women that have just come in and out of my life. Not everyone's forever, but have definitely always made an impact on me becoming the woman that I am today. So I wanted to create a community where women feel empowered, where we have a voice, where I can voice my opinions and perspectives and input and insight. And I want to be like a motivational source for like the women out there, and share my stories, and us sharing our stories with each other can help us just create a community, grow, learn, and be better persons and women, and um be unified. I think to be empowered and unified, there's just so much power in that. And I don't think that women empowerment's always a real thing with us women. So I really want to create that space for us and unify us in that regard. I know we all have different stories and perspectives, and we're not always going to agree on everything. It's not about agreeing on everything, it's about being open to understanding each other. And maybe that allows you to look inward, because I do think that sometimes, hearing about somebody else's situation, it may cause you to reflect on yourself, which ultimately allows you to grow as a person. And that's my hope for everybody, is that we just continue to grow, that we open ourselves up and grow, because that's just how we become better people. That's definitely my wish for my own self. So hopefully, you guys agree. Um, but yeah, that's a little bit of why I started this podcast, my intentions with this podcast. And we're going to discuss like all the things. We're going to discuss pop culture. We're going to discuss society. We're going to discuss health and fitness. What does that look like? What does that mean? We're going to just talk about relationships and men. I have a lot of input about men. Um, and, I want to like hear from my mothers out there, and the women who chose not to be mothers, and, the grandmothers, and women of all ages. And I think there's just so much power in that. It really excites me. I love that. And yeah, I just want to bring us all together. I want to have a voice. I want to use this platform to have a voice. I want to be, like I said, a motivational source in you guys' life. I want you guys to be a motivational source in my life. And yeah, I'm here for it. So I hope you guys are here for it too. Obviously, today is Wednesday, but my podcast will be airing every Thursday. Um, and I am just so excited to see what's to come. I hope you guys are excited too. So tune in next Thursday. I am going to give you guys a little snippet of who I am, a little bit of my history, in my background. I'm not going to bore you guys, but yeah, I'll give you guys a little insight into Michelle Maxwell. And I hope you guys have an amazing week. I'll see you next week. Peace out.